Friends, subscribe to my channel and like it is not difficult for you, but it is pleasant for me. Thank you very much, friends. Mercedes-Benz has today revealed the EQB, a lovely new reduced electric SUV, and another expansion to the quick charging fragment of the vehicle business. The minimal SUV section is adding electric choices at an inconceivable speed. At the lower end of the market, you have the Kia Niro EV, Hyundai Kona EV, and VW ID.4. The higher finish of the section is additionally rapidly being jolted with the Tesla Model Y, Mustang Mach-E, and Audi Q4 e-tron. Presently, Mercedes-Benz is tossing its cap in the ring with the EQB, which was disclosed at the Shanghai Motor Show today. Mercedes-Benz EQB. The German automaker thinks about the new EQB to the GLB, and it is shockingly roomy inside for a reduced SUV. The new EQB, length width stature 46/84 1834 1667 mm, offers a liberal measure of room and a most extreme boot limit of 1710 liters on account of having the long wheelbase of the GLB 28-29 mm. The tendency of the backrests in the subsequent line can be changed in a few phases as standard, and this column includes longitudinally change of 140 mm as an alternative. It can situate up to 7 individuals, with the two-third column seats being clearly large enough for grown-ups. The general plan of the EQB is additionally incredibly like the GLB and more customary than Mercedes-Benz's different EVs. With regards to the powertrain, Mercedes-Benz is arranging a lot of various choices for various business sectors. To put it plainly, it would seem that a drivetrain of around 200 kilowatts and a battery pack of 66.5 kilowatt-hours. In China, the new EQB is being dispatched as a completely prepared top of the range model with AMG line and a yield of 215 kilowatts. In Europe, directly from the beginning, clients will have the decision between a few models with front wheel drive in different force levels, some evaluated at more than 200 kilowatts. The usable limit of the batteries in Europe is 66.5 kilowatt-hours. These batteries are fabricated at the Daimler plants in Kamenz, Germany, and Jor, Poland. An especially long range rendition is additionally arranged. The electrical utilization of the EQB 354 MATIC in Europe, NEDC, consolidated electrical utilization 16.2 kilowatt-hours 100 kilometers, joint co-outflows 0 g-kilometer, range 478 kilometers, WLTP, joint electrical utilization 19.2 18.1 kilowatt-hours 100 kilometers, consolidated co-emanations 0 g-kilometer, range 419 kilometers. The automaker is additionally arranging a more drawn-out range rendition with a greater battery pack, yet it hasn't delivered any subtleties yet. The German automaker intends to carry the EQB to creation this year at 2 plants, one in China and one in Hungary. The electric SUV will likewise be sold in the US, yet that should stand by until 1 year from now. They still can't seem to deliver any data about valuing. Here's the full official statement from Mercedes-Benz with more insights concerning the highlights of the electric SUV. All-electric minimal SUV with up to 7 seats praises debut in China, Stuttgart, Shanghai. Regardless of whether an enormous family unit or a little more distant family, as a 7-seater, the new EQB offers space for some family star groupings and a wide assortment of transport needs. This gives it an extraordinary position in the minimized portion, however, particularly among electric vehicles. The 2 seats in the third line can be utilized by individuals up to 1.65 meters tall, and kid seats can likewise be fitted there. The new EQB will make its introduction at Auto Shanghai 2021, 21-28 April 2021. Following the EQB 250, joint electrical utilization 15.7 kilowatt-hours 100 kilometers. Consolidated co-outflows 0 g-kilometer 5. It is the second completely electric smaller vehicle from Mercedes-EQB. The incredible and effective electric drive, astute recovery and prescient navigation with electric intelligence are only a portion of the highlights that interface it to the EQB. The market dispatch in China is booked during the current year. After Europe, the worldwide rendition of the EQB, created in Kecskemét, Hungary, will be dispatched toward the year's end, trailed by the US market dispatch in 2022. The electric hostel from Mercedes-Benz Benz cars isn't just getting a move on, it is speeding up with as much kick as the Mercedes EQ vehicles themselves. While the principal EQs fold into European vendors in the X, the recent planned all-electric individual from the new S-Class family is being introduced. The form of the new EQB explicit to China will make its introduction in Shanghai simultaneously. It is additionally created in China at Beijing Benz Automotive Company Limited, BBAC, a joint endeavor among Daimler and its Chinese accomplice BAIC Group. The plan of the new all-electric conservative SUV deciphers the reformist extravagance of Mercedes EQ in a restless and characterful manner. China isn't just the main traveler vehicle deals district for us, it is likewise the world's driving business sector for electric vehicles, says Hubertus Troska, Daimler AG board member liable for Greater China. We are very pleased to world debut the all-electric EQB here in China. With its 7 seats, the new EQB addresses the issues of family-situated clients. Notwithstanding the correct items, our nearby creation impression is one of the conclusive variables for feasible development in China. That is the reason we are anticipating produce the all-electric EQB in Beijing. With the all-new EQB we have made a notable electric SUV that takes the legacy of our square-shaped rough-terrain vehicles and changes this into what's to come. We joined the critical square-shaped outline with modern components, for example, the dark board front to make the phenomenal look of the vehicle, says Gordon Wagener, Chief Design Officer of Daimler Group. In China, the new EQB is being dispatched as a completely prepared top of the range model with AMG line and a yield of 215 kilowatts. In Europe, directly from the beginning clients will have the decision between a few models with front wheel drive in different force levels, some appraised at more than 200 kilowatts. The usable limit of the batteries in Europe is 66.5 kilowatt-hours. These batteries are made at the Daimler plants in Kamenz, Germany, and Jor, Poland. An especially long range adaptation is likewise arranged. The electrical utilization of the EQB 354 MATIC in Europe, NEDC1, joined electrical utilization, 16.2 kilowatt-hours 100 kilometers, consolidated co-discharges, 0 g-kilometer, range 478 kilometers, WLTP6, consolidated electrical utilization, 19.2, 18.1 kilowatt-hours 100 kilometers, consolidated co-emanations, 0 g-kilometer, range 419 kilometers. In the current year, Mercedes-Benz cars is pushing ahead quickly with charge. With the EQA, the EQB, the electric business cantina EQ and the X, a sum of 4 new models from Mercedes EQ will be introduced. The Mercedes-Benz module crossover family, right now comprising of an excess of 20 model variations, is being restored with jolted subordinates of the C-Class and the S-Class. For 2021, Mercedes-Benz cars hopes to expand the Z share, for example of module half-breeds and completely electric vehicles, to around 13%. Moreover, gentle mixtures with starter, alternator and 48-volt framework are vanquishing the item range, particularly of the Gatherings extravagance vehicles. Liberal space and variable, level boot the new EQB, length width tallness, 4684 1834 7 1667 8 mm, improves Mercedes' effective smaller vehicle family, and is firmly identified with 2 models specifically, to the EQA, whose exceptional drive innovation it shares, and to the GLB reduced SUV. This is the place where the long wheelbase, 28-29 mm, the open and variable inside and the third line of seats with 2 extra individual seats come from. The measure of room is liberal, the headroom in the primary column of seats is 1035 mm, in the subsequent it is 979 mm for the 5-seater. With 87 mm, the knee space in the back of the 5-seater arrives at an agreeable level. The boot is level and open, the heat volume of 495 to 1710 or 465 to 1620 liters, figures for 5 and 7 seaters separately, has the characteristics of a smaller home vehicle. The tendency of the backrests in the subsequent line can be changed in a few phases as standard, and as an alternative, it includes longitudinally change of 140 mm. This empowers the boot to be amplified by up to 190 liters and put to flexible use. As an alternative, standard in China, the EQB has a third column of seats with 2 extra individual seats. The seats offer individuals up to a stature of 1.65 meters, an agreeable measure of room. Broad security highlights incorporate extractable head restrictions, safety belts with belt tensioners and power limiters on every single external seat, and a side window bag that likewise covers travelers in the third column. An aggregate of up to 4 youngster seats can be fitted in columns 2 and 3, in addition to 1 more in the front seat. To expand gear space, the third-line seats can be brought down flush into the heap floor. Electro-plan feel with corners and edges. The EQB deciphers Mercedes' progressive luxury in a restless and characterful manner. It includes the normal Mercedes' dark board grille with vocal star. A further particular plan highlight of the all-electric universe of Mercedes' vehicles is the ceaseless light strip at front and back. A flat fiber optic strip associates the daytime running lights of the full LED headlamps, guaranteeing an undeniable degree of recognizability both in sunlight and around evening time. Within the headlamps is done to an undeniable degree of value, detail and accuracy. Blue shading features inside the headlamps support the marked Mercedes' appearance. The capacity-situated nursery with upstanding windscreen makes the agreeable inside conceivable. Circumferential and defensive cladding components structure the general extent. The strong and erotically displayed vehicle shoulder overwhelms the side view, which is additionally improved by the ascent of the beltline. Obviously situated wheels give the EQB an amazing character and certain position out and about. Selective to this model are light amalgam wheels in a bi or tri shading configuration, up to 20 crowls in size, sometimes with rose gold hued or blue enhancing trim. The LED tail lights consolidate consistently into the tightened LED light strip. This underlines the even feeling of width of the EQB in the back seat. Moreover, the number plate is set on the guard, which takes into account a delightfully etched back end. The studded rooftop rails underline the high utility worth of the new EQB. The huge body of the dashboard has a removed in the driver and traveler territory. The driver faces a widescreen cockpit with control and show-through MBUX, Mercedes-Benz user experience. The hardy character of the inside is underlined by cylindrical components in an aluminum look. They sit as handles in the entryways, in the middle, reassure and in the instrument board on the traveler side. Contingent upon the plan and gear line, an awesome illuminated trim piece and rose gold shaded beautifying components on the air vents, seats and vehicle key give hints to the electric character in the inside of the EQB. The instruments, with their electric vehicle explicit showcases, get on a similar shading plan with rose gold hued and blue features. The EQB accomplishes an awesome drag esteem with a CD worth from 0.28. The front-facing region and aggregates 2.53 m2. Among the main streamlined measures are the totally shut cooling air control framework in the upper segment, the efficiently productive front and back covers, an exceptionally smooth, totally encased underbody, uniquely upgraded aero haggles adjusted front and back tire spoilers. Effective driving joy and navigation with electric intelligence. EcoAssist offers a recovery cycle enhanced to the specific circumstance. It joins route information, traffic sign acknowledgement and data from the vehicle sensors into its proficiency procedure. Expectant driving saves power, consequently broadening the reach. The standard navigation with electric intelligence likewise adds to the easy treatment of the EQB in regular day-to-day existence. It computes the quickest course to the objective, including any fundamental charging stops. Based on consistent territory reproductions, the framework considers any fundamental charging stops, just as for various different elements, like the geology and the climate. It is likewise ready to respond progressively to changes, for example in the rush hour gridlock circumstance or individual driving style. Likewise, the navigation with electric intelligence guarantees that the high voltage battery is brought to an ideal charging temperature before an arranged charging stop, if necessary. Complex charging innovation, huge organization, and green force at home or at public charging stations. The EQB can be advantageously energized at to 11 kilowatts with rotating current, AC, utilizing the locally available charger. The charging time needed for a full charge relies upon the accessible foundation and the country explicit vehicle gear. Charging at a Mercedes Benz wallbox is impressively quicker than at a family attachment. Also, it is obviously considerably quicker at direct current, DC, quick charging stations. Contingent upon the SOC, state of charge, and the temperature of the great voltage battery, the EQ charges at a relating accusing station of a most extreme force of up to 100 kilowatts. The charging time is then a little more than a short ways from 10–80% SOC. For AC and DC charging, the EQB is prepared as standard in Europe and the USA with a CCS, combined charging systems, connector in the right-hand side board. In China, a country, explicit accusing arrangement of attachments on the privilege and left in the side divider is utilized, and charging times may likewise differ contrasted in the European adaptation. Through Mercedes-Me Charge, EQ drivers will actually want to utilize what is at present the biggest charging network on the planet. This as of now involves in excess of 500,000 AC and DC charging stations across 31 nations. Mercedes-Me Charge permits Mercedes EQ clients helpful utilization of the charging stations of different suppliers, while they additionally advantage from an incorporated installment work with basic charging measures. Through great endorsements of birthplace, Mercedes Benz ensures that energy from environmentally friendly power sources is taken care of into the network for charging current sourced by means of Mercedes-Me Charge. With Mercedes-Me Charge, clients can charge at in excess of 200,000 public charging stations across Europe, where Mercedes-Benz guarantees resulting paid through green power. Agreeable help for the driver and significant degree of crash security. The EQB highlights insightful driving help frameworks with agreeable help for the driver. Dynamic lane keeping assist and active brake assist are fitted as standard. In numerous basic circumstances, the last can forestall a crash or diminish its seriousness with self-sufficient slowing down. The framework is likewise ready to slow down for fixed vehicles and intersection walkers at commonplace city speeds. The upgraded elements of the driving assistance package incorporate, for instance, the turning move work, the crisis passageway work, the leave cautioning capacity making the driver aware of moving towards cyclists or vehicles, and an admonition when people on foot are identified close to zebra intersections. The EQB is likewise a genuine Mercedes with regards to uninvolved security. Expanding on the hardy body shell construction of the GLB, the body of the EQB was adjusted to the uncommon necessities of an electric vehicle. The battery sits inside an edge made out of expelled areas. This takes on an underlying capacity which, as of not long ago, was kept up by the cross individuals in the underfloor. A battery watch in the front space of the battery can forestall the energy stockpiling unit from being punctured by unfamiliar articles. Obviously, the EQB needed to pass the brand's typical broad accident test program. Tough prerequisites for the battery and all parts conveying electrical flow likewise apply. The EQB and the Worldwide Creation Organization creation of the EQB will begin in 2021 at 2 destinations, framing a piece of the creation organization of Mercedes-Benz cars at the Hungarian Mercedes-Benz plant in Kecskemét for the worldwide market and at the German-Chinese joint endeavor BBAC in Beijing for the nearby market. Arrangements, including staff capability cycles and remaking work, have effectively started at the plants. The EQB minimized SUV will be the main simply electrically fueled creation vehicle from Hungary and will enhance the module crossbreed portfolio which contains the claw and claw shooting brake. The A-Class will likewise be delivered with module crossbreed drive at Kecskemét in future, just as at the German Mercedes-Benz plant in Rastatt, where the EQB is fabricated. Since it initiated creation in 2012, the Hungarian Mercedes-Benz plant has constantly expanded in significance inside the worldwide creation organization of Mercedes-Benz cars. Notwithstanding advanced systems administration, the qualities of the reduced vehicle creation network incorporate direct trade with the lead plant for smaller vehicles in Rastatt, Baden-Württemberg. The battery frameworks for the conservative Mercedes EQB models created in Europe are provided by the Mercedes-Benz auxiliary Accumotive in Kamenz, just as by the battery plant in Jor, Poland. The 2 plants were intended to work as unbiased offices from the start. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe, like and write comments under the videos.